Hey friends, are you getting excited? It's the middle of January. It is garden planning time. Right now, while it's cold outside, we were experiencing ginormous cold weather patterns right now. I'm not thrilled about it. Wind chill was negative 15 yesterday morning. It's very cold here in Michigan. However, I am in the basement. I got my little space heater in my grow room, and I've got all of my seed stuff out, and I'm getting ready right now to plan the 2024 garden. And I just thought I would turn the camera on and show you a little bit of my process. This is very editable. I can change this. I do change this. If you notice, I'm writing in pencil because I will change my mind 100 times. For me, I kind of like that. I like to ruminate on things. I like to write down ideas and plot things. If you don't think you have to. Don't be stressed. If you want to make a plan and stick to it, go for it. I make a plan and erase and change it all the way up until planting time. And then no matter how good of a plan I have, when I go to plant things, I have extra plants or missing plants, and I just start plug and playing all over my yard. It just happens. But I enjoy it. So here is what I'm doing. I'll show you kind of where I am in my thought process right now. So if you were looking to start seeds for the first time this year, you could do the same. Again, this is my process. I'm just taking you along for the ride, and you can see what you think. So welcome to my command center. This is kind of where I'm working out. I've got a big desk calendar up here, and that's right underneath my little calendar I keep here for quick reference. Remember, my last frost date is May 17th about, and I counted backwards all the way to 18 weeks, which is January 12th, which was last Friday. Now, I did not start any plants yet. I'm kind of waiting, but these are kind of the things I'm keeping an eye on to get started first. And I also have a calendar down here. This is what I'm actually going to plant. So I kind of was thinking about these things. I will write all over this calendar. I just haven't got started yet, but I kind of wrote down things I want to start thinking about. Just making notes as I go. I forgot about artichokes. I threw them on there. And then today, what I'm doing is taking this and putting it on paper and looking at seed varieties I have and saying, all right, exactly how do I want this to look? So here's how I started this. What I did was just take a piece of paper and write down, I started at the top, the things I want to do first. Celery, white onion, red onion, parsley, bells of Ireland. Now, once I did that, I figured out how many I want to put in each cell. You can see I've got like 3 to 6, 8 to 10, because I'm going to start them in big chunks and then separate them out when I get closer. You can't do this with every kind of seedling. Some don't like to have the roots disturbed, but these ones are all going to be just fine. Once I had that first thing kind of figured out, I figured out how many 6-packs it would be to make a tray. So I can fit 8 6-packs in one 10-20 tray. So I kind of want to start them a tray at a time. So when I start seeds, which I think is going to be next week, I'm going to do this first tray. The only thing I changed already, see, I told you I changed, is bells of Ireland. I wanted to start early, but when reading about them, they'll benefit from being in my refrigerator for 2 weeks. So I'm going to flip them out, and I'm going to do a 6-pack that's half artichoke and half comfrey, and I'm going to move bells of Ireland over here. And see, I just wrote notes of some things I want to get started sooner rather than later. These things that are starred are seeds I'm waiting to come in. It's very much just shorthand. But what I did for this first tray is I went in my seed thing and I actually found these seeds. So here, whoops, are the seeds that I'm gonna need for tray number 1. I wrote down on it how I'm gonna do that in 6-packs, and every seed I need is right here. So that is good to go. That's my first tray. And then I took all these notes here. I went through my flower drawer and wrote down things I wanted to start. And then I'm kind of tentatively making a list. So this is my first tray I'm going to start. I know this is the next tray I want to start as soon as these eucalyptus seeds come in. I want to get some herbs going and some pansies. I'm not sure how I want to do tray 3, but I know tray 4 and 5 are going to be my cool weather crops that I'm going to try and put out into the greenhouse. And I'll kind of just keep going with this. Tray 3 and tray 6 might be perennials. I might decide to start a batch of perennials and pick some that take a long time to come up. Not really sure, but I'm just kind of getting them in order, deciding what I'm going to put out, getting it ready. So if I want to come down and plant one afternoon, everything's right here and ready to go. You can kind of see behind me, I went and I got a couple bags of potting soil. This is Fox Farm. This is good potting soil. And then I've got my 10, 20 trays down there. I'll clean those out. And I've got some 6-packs in my soil bucket. Got my garden dog. I got blankets here. I had a child helping me out earlier. And I'm just gonna go ahead and one tray at a time, I'm gonna put them up on my shelving units with the light that needs to go to that one. So in the beginning, my timer will be set with just the one light. And then as I get bigger, I'll plug more lights in. I'm not gonna turn all my lights and everything on all at one time. I'm just gonna start small with one tray. One tray. And I always try and hold off. Actually, by this time last year, I had already planted seeds. I am being very good, very patient, waiting until now. So next week is tray number 1. So stick with me and I will show you that process. But this is just kind of what I'm doing to combat the chilliness outside. I'm sitting inside and dreaming of spring. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day and I will talk to you soon.